YouTube! For the second time this evening, although this will probably be going out on a different day. I'm sort of stockpiling reviews at the moment, whilst I'm in the mood to do them, and whilst I have the time to do them. Everything's gone to shit here at the moment. Not in a sort of negative way, there's no disasters happening, but there's lots of stuff going on, so I don't really have time to sit down and do reviews and things. For one reason or another. We're having the bathroom ripped out, and I can't even wash my fucking hair at the moment, which is annoying. We're having the backyard done, and there's lots of work coming, and I've got to start new writing projects and all that shit. Which means I don't really have much time for YouTube at the moment, which is slightly annoying because I enjoy YouTube. Anyway, I'm trying to get on a more even keel. I'm trying to do a few more reviews, more regular reviews. I want to at least do about 2 or 3 a week. I think that's fair. And as for the discussion videos, they just come up as and when I feel asked or inspired by something. Today I have an oddity, massive oddity. It's one of those toys where I saw it and I thought, what's that? Is that a knockoff? I've never seen that before. I saw it because I was just wandering around. I think it was TF Archive or TF Wiki or something like that, and I found its page and then, was that something that comics made up, or is that something that just didn't go into production, or something like that? And then going to eBay, I found actually no, the toy is readily available. It is rare, but it's not expensive. It's not expensive at all. This gorgeous monstrosity is Frostbite, a repaint of the Transmetal Maximal Cackle. As an aside, that bot is as much Maximal as Transmetal 2 Megatron is. It's obviously designed as a Predacon and then was sort of retrofitted to be a Maximal later for some bizarre, stupid reason. Does anything on that look even vaguely Maximal to you? I mean, the mold hasn't changed at all. The mold is exactly the same, apart from the addition of a Decepticon Spark Crystal. Yes, he's a Decepticon. I like that. I like it when they take things from the Beast era and turn them into Autobots and Decepticons in the Universe era. I don't know why I like it, I just do. He's a minion of Unicron, this guy. He serves the Chaos Bringer. As another aside, actually, aside number 2, someone should keep tally or something, I don't know. I've always found it weird that the people call Unicron the Chaos Bringer. Surely Primus is the Chaos Bringer. Unicron wants perfect order. After all of reality is consumed, then there's nothing but order. Surely reality is by very definition chaos. And Primus is reality and life and will and intelligence and all of this stuff which brings about anarchy and chaos in the universe. Anyway, just a little philosophical aside there that I may go into a bit deeper in a video or something like that. Frostbite. Yes, Frostbite is very cool. He is a Decepticon. He is a minion of Unicron, which means that, like all minions of Unicron, he wants to bring about the ultimate end of all things, and he's completely fanatical in his devotion to Unicron. He's a bit different from the other minions of Unicron in that he does have a certain degree of his own autonomy, and that derives from his background. He was originally a Predacon scientist who was under the command of Cryotech, hence the sort of thematic similarity they have. Obviously this guy has a whole frost ice motif going on. I kind of imagine him when he's moving in either bot or hyena beast mode, that all of this sort of cryogenic gas gouts from his joints and from his mouth, and that he sort of freezes the air around him. That's pretty cool. He is partially responsible for the development of Cryotech's cryogenic technology, and also the calculations and the technology that went into making Cryotech's cryotank mode, which is rather cool. He is a clinical, very cold expert. He's originally a scientist, a technologist, and also he has a certain surgical bent. He's interested in the genetics of Transformers biology, in improving the Cybertronian race, a bit like Megatron and Cryotech. Unfortunately, he is completely unethical. Completely unethical. He has no notion of the sanctity of life, or of the pain that he inflicts on his subjects, or of the mutilations that he inflicts upon them. He is or at least he used to be, before Unicron plucked him from his reality and reformatted him into a Decepticon. Now he is slightly different. His beast mode is somewhat feral and can take over spontaneously, and when he becomes his beast mode, he still has a certain coldness about him, but it translates into a hunting instinct. He will hunt down and rip apart anything that comes within reach, until his robot mode is able to take over again, in which instance he will revert back to robot mode and has more of his clinical scientist personality. Pretty damn cool. So he has a sort of schizophrenic thing going on. That's rather nice. I like that. And Unicron apparently co-opted him to work upon his cooling systems, and has reformatted him appropriately. So now his body can only function in temperatures that are like massively below freezing. If he does operate in environments where the temperature is above several thousand degrees below freezing, then his systems start to shut down. He doesn't work very well, and also he is very, very susceptible to excuse me, that's that stew from earlier. Do you remember that from the Fusors video? I'm doing this one right after, so there you go. Heat-based weaponry or thermal weaponry or anything like that, he can't take. He's very vulnerable to that. Anyway, this is Frostbite in his beautiful beast mode. It's utterly stunning. It's all of these sort of jagged ice-like edges and, oh god, mechanical, technological details. It's absolutely stunning. This is an example of what makes the Transmetal 2 such a beautiful line. He is utterly gorgeous to display in this mode. He's not perfect by any stretch. I mean, if you look under there are issues going on there. You can see the robot mode head, for example. There's a massive whacking gap there too. But that's a very, very, very minor fault. I can forgive that, given that he is arguably one of the most stunning Transmetal 2s. Oh, I've got a phone call. Excuse me in 1 sec. Hello again. I must admit, after that interruption, I don't remember where I was. So, I'm just going to pick up the toy and start talking again and see what comes out. Frostbite, very, very lovely. Oh, lovely, lovely mechanical details, lovely, lovely. I sound a little bit like Dave there. I think I'm picking up mannerisms from other Transformers. How does he do it? It's that sort of thing, isn't it? I'm picking up mannerisms from other Transformers fans for some bizarre reason. Don't know why that is. There he is then. That is Frostbite in his utterly stunning beast mode. I love him. Beautiful character, beautiful toy. Absolutely stunning. His bot mode is interesting. He does have a bit that pops off. His whole tail comes off. Becomes this. This is his sword in bot mode. It's at least as tall as he is. He's a bit squat in bot mode, to be honest, but very, very cool. He holds this as a handheld weapon. I mean, just look how vicious that looks. That does not look like a Transformers weapon. That looks like a weapon from like some sort of adult Todd McFarlane toy line or something, which again is kind of typical of the Transmetal 2s. Now, transformation, he's like all bots that are like canines or felines. You don't really do a great deal. You stand him up, and that's all she wrote, really. There's a very, very little else to this. Nothing that's monstrously complex. Of course, now I've said that, it's going to go balls up, isn't it? Let's see if I can get this to work. Yeah, it is going to go balls up now. Oh, no, it isn't. There we go. He's very small. He's very short and kind of stumpy in bot mode. Not unattractive at all. He's very nice to look at. He has all the same detailing and everything. He's just a little bit small. He's short in stature. I'm sure he makes up for that though in other areas. I don't know why that sounded so euphemistic, but it so did. Other areas. He has a very big weapon, which he wields quite skillfully. Yeah, there you go. I think that's it. He has, like a lot of the Transmodel 2s, he has bits on him. He has a lot of kibbly stuff that's multiple choice, I suppose. You can put it anywhere you want, really. It's a little bit difficult to maneuver into the correct position. I like it how I have it here. Let's get his weapon into his hand. Ooh, misses. And there he is. Ooh, bits of him coming out there. That's another fault of this mode. It's not entirely coherent, but it's okay. It's not bad. There he is in bot mode. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. He has a head a bit like Transmodel 2 Dinobot with his little monocle thing going on there. And that lends him, it suits the character very well because it does make him look like a very sort of cold, clinical scientist of some sort. I expect him to speak with a slightly Teutonic accent. A bit like Blitzwing in Animated. You know, his cold personality, his frost-based personality. I imagine that's how this guy speaks. He's very, very cool. Lots of detail. Lots of interesting bits and pieces from the Beast mode that, yeah, they are kind of kibbly, but they lend the bot a lot of character. I like that. He does have the wolf's head on one arm, and this interesting gimmick. The mane is a kind of buzzsaw. That's rather nice. And if you look here, we have a Decepticon Spark Crystal. Yes, he is a Decepticon, not a Predacon. Very, very cool. So, there he is. That is Frostbite, minion of Unicron, psychopath, sufferer of multiple personality disorder, insane experimenter and geneticist, doesn't like it hot, apparently.